Hey everyone, welcome to what I believe is my first reactions video to a theatrical film, and that is Scream 7, which is an odd movie to start with if I'm going to continue to do these. Not going to be not going to be the way, because I actually don't go to the movies that much anymore, but I went to see Scream 7 on Friday. It's now Sunday. Had a bit of time to mull it over and think about it. This movie is getting really bad reviews on the Rotten Tomatoes and that stuff. It currently has a 6 out of 10 on IMDb, a 34% on Rotten Tomatoes, and a 1.5 over 4 from Roger Ebert's website. Scream 7 is the sequel to Scream 6 from 2023. It is the 7th film in the franchise. It was directed by Kevin Williamson, who I believe wrote the original. He wrote the screenplay for the original Scream, and along with Scream 2 and Scream 4, and then he wrote and directed Scream 7. So he also created the teen drama Dawson's Creek. Rest in peace, James Van Der Beek. So I went to see this movie on Friday. My initial reactions, let's see. When I first came out of the theater, I thought, not a bad slasher movie, I guess. I guess some people are disgusted that Jenna Ortega and Melissa Barrera are not in this one, but of course things fell apart after the last movie as far as the cast, and Neve Campbell didn't come back for the sixth one because she wasn't being offered enough money, but apparently she did this time. This has, I don't know, the poster and stuff, it makes it seem like, well, you do get David Arquette, Matthew Lillard, Courtney Cox, reappearing in this movie. I don't want to spoil it because obviously it just came out. But yeah, it was a good slasher. It's not anything groundbreaking. It's Scream 7, kids. I mean, I thought Scream 5 and 6 were kind of cool. I actually was kind of invested in those. I thought it was like a breath of fresh air. This one seems to be more of a throwback to the sort of Scooby-Doo whodunit slashers of the original few films. Specifically, there is like a Scooby-Doo part where I was like, I'm watching it and I'm just thinking to myself, this is like Scooby-Doo for adults. There is a couple of really weird, brutal, like gory kills in this. So if you're going in expecting it to just be like, what does he say? Like a slash stabbing type thing. I don't think he uses any new weapons in this, but well, there is one. I don't know if you'd call it a weapon, but it's hard to talk about without giving away a lot. But it's not a complicated movie. It's very straightforward. The beginning of the movie switches up the phone call to the babysitter type scenario a little bit, which I thought the opening was really fun. Like I said, there's a couple of really gory bits in it, which is, I'm wondering if Kevin Williamson saw Terrifier and thought, I better throw in some gore for good measure so that my movie can be as popular as the Terrifier movies. I don't know. Just speculation. Neve Campbell was good in it. Courtney Cox, you get to part 7 in a franchise of slasher movies and there's not a lot more you can do with it. I like that there was, because in pretty much all of the other ones, I think it's like the the referential type thing to like other horror movies. This one did it a little bit, just for like a minute or two, and then one of the characters was like, oh, we're not doing this again, are we? So it was like, I was happy with that because I was getting really tired of the intellectual discourse about requels and reboots and remakes and sequels and like all that garbage. It's like it worked in the first one or two, and then in like 5 and 6 it was okay for a little bit, but then it was like overkill. So if you're looking to go to see Scream in the sense that it's like just you know, I can't remember the line that he says, slice and dice, slice and dice. If you're looking for that kind of thing, this is probably your movie. It's not overly, I hate the word woke, but it's not like 5 and 6 where it was a bit like that. This one's a bit more of a throwback to the OG. A couple of the actors from 5 and 6 come back, and that's cool. A couple of, there's a couple of really funny parts in it. I think this is worth your money if you're a Scream fanatic, or even just a horror movie fan, a slasher fan. You'll probably dig this movie. It's just fun and fine, as Hack the Movie says. Nothing groundbreaking in here, but just a fun slasher. I was like, honestly, a couple times I laughed out loud, much to the dismay of the people that were sitting beside me. But I just enjoyed the over-the-top gruesomeness of some of the deaths, which were pretty creative, maybe overly elaborate in one case. But yeah, just a fun throwback to the 90s slasher, I guess, if you will. And like I said, it was cool to see Neve Campbell back. She didn't do anything, like, to me, in some parts of it, it felt like she was just, even with Courtney Cox, it's like clearly these guys are just getting a paycheck, but it's cool. The ending is a bit ambiguous. I can't say with any certainty if there will be a Scream 8. I kind of hope not. I hope they just let it go. Although I did hear just recently that there's a Halloween project in the works or something. It's like, oh my God, please stop. But yeah, it's fun. Neve Campbell as Sidney Prescott. Of course, her daughter is in the movie this time, and she's involved in it. And it almost seemed like there was a bit of passing of the torch from Sidney to the character Tatum, which is her daughter in the movie. So we'll see. Maybe it will come back in some form. I don't know. Yeah, it's just like it had kind of like a somewhat happy ending for a slasher movie, so it's hard to say where it'll go. Currently sitting box office 29 million, and currently sitting at 45 million in the box office. So the movie's doing pretty good as far as like the box office. Definitely the critical consensus is that it's not good. I would encourage you to make up your own minds. It definitely had a way different tonal shift from 5 and 6, where that was the directors that went on to do Abigail. Those like 5 and 6 really had their own flavor, and then it seems like 7 is like really, like I said, going. It's almost like the Plain Jane version of Scream, really like mostly toned down except for those really graphic kills, but very different tonally from 5 and 6. It does mention 5 and 6, like the events in 5 and 6 in 7, like saying Sydney wasn't in New York and all this stuff. But, it was okay. If you want to just go and see a slice and dice slasher movie, I don't think you have to do a deep dive on all 6 of the other movies. But yeah, it was fun and fine. I'm just looking to see if there's anything on Wikipedia about a post. Yeah, let's see if there was like a post. Well, there is a bit of a post credit. It's not really a post credit. It's like a scene while the credits are rolling that was whatever. There was no big like crazy post credit scene, so you don't need to stick around to the very end. Though I would encourage you to stay around for the beginning of the credits because there is an extra scene in there that a lot of people just left as soon as the movie started to wrap up. Yeah, it's surprising. Like The Guardian, I'm just reading a review of from The Guardian, and it says even the worst one is kind of all right, and this is the worst one. So, yeah. I would say though, like really like the opening scene was really fun, and the movie kept its pace going pretty well. I would say there was a couple of slow parts, like people just talking, and that kind of dragged down the pacing of it a little bit. But this is weird. It says ahead of the film's release, Paramount Pictures and Spyglass filed a lawsuit against Alterian Ghost Factory, who had threatened to initiate litigation over rights to the ghost face mask after claiming ownership of the mask. I did not know that. And apparently there's some boycotts going on because of Melissa Barrera's comments. It says future. By the film's release, an 8th film was reportedly in development. Williamson and Campbell also expressed interest in making an 8th film, with both already working on ideas for the movie. So there you go. So I don't know. It remains to be seen if we'll see a Scream 8. I'm sure this one's making money hand over fist, so I'm sure they'll be back with a part 8. But let me know if you've seen the movie. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below without spoiling it, of course. I don't want to spoil it. It just came out on Friday, so lots of people have not had a chance to see it yet. But if you're wondering about the negative reviews online, I would say go check it out for yourself. Although I went with a $25 gift card from Christmas and got a movie ticket, a small popcorn, or a medium popcorn and medium soda, because the teller told me I could pay 50 cents more and get, instead of getting a small, I could get a medium. And my total for going to see a matinee was $34. Like, really, Hollywood? If you know why the theaters are hurting, like, give us a break. But anyway, why it was just the other day, I was telling my niece how I used to go to a matinee on Tuesday, or a cheap night Tuesday night in the 80s, and the cheap night was $3.75. So if you stop at the dollar store and get yourself a bag of candy, you know. So anyway, enough ranting and raving, but yeah, go check it out. It's just fun. It's just turn your brain off, slasher fun. So that's all for this little weird interlude, I guess. I'm just dropping in. I don't go to the movies that much, so I don't really have an opportunity to do these that much, but I know there's a lot of people curious about this movie, and I just wanted to quell some of the negative reviews and just say, you know what, if you like Scream 1, 2, you like 90s slashers, you like 80s slashers, you want to just see a guy running around with a knife hacking people up, go, it's fine. That's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you like this review, you can give me a thumbs up. If you don't, that's fine too. And until next time, you know the drill. I'll see you at the video store or at the thrift store, or maybe even at the movie theater, or just out and about somewhere. But until next time, take good care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one.